Hey everybody, check it out. What's up? It's Hercules Porsche's professional intro. Yay! Hey, what's up everybody? Hercules Porsche here, back from my trip to Bonnie fucking Scotland. Did any of you miss me? Probably fucking not. You probably didn't even notice I was gone for however long I was gone for, tens-ish days. Tens-ish. Yeah, I don't think many of you guys knew I was going on this trip, but anyway. But you guys don't want to see this shit, right? You guys know I don't share a lot of shit from my personal life, but I thought it might be healthy for some of you to think about the color green. But we shall be done with this. I know you all want to see dust, pure ownage, rather than real life shit. I have a lot of shit for this game I want to talk about. Just so much, it's ridiculous. But before I get distracted with anything else, I want to say one thing, just to make sure I get this point across. CCP Rattati, please don't fuck with strafe speed. Now, I'm about to make a giant issue over something in this game that's probably actually a non-issue, but I just wanted to emphasize it anyway. Buried really deep in the development discussion archives, there was one player asking if we could nerf strafe speed, and Rattati already responded saying he was unlikely to do that, but just in case there's any kind of push for the strafe to change strafe speed or to lower it, I'm going to discuss it at length. Because I have a wide variety of reasons for why I don't want it to be fucked with. I know being on my big fat ass heavy is not the best, maybe not the best character to demonstrate it with, but what I'm concerned about is the dance. And it's been called, I think you guys probably know what I'm talking about, but for anyone who's clueless, the dance is when two players are strafing, trying to be panned, trying to keep their guns panned over the other player while simultaneously trying to pan out of the fire of the other player, and both players are doing that. That's what I call the dance. And you're trying to predict enemy movements, you're trying to be unpredictable yourself, and it happens very quickly, and it basically it's about your skill, okay? It's about your skill at being hard to hit and predicting how to hit your enemies. And sometimes the dance can end very quickly, sometimes it can go on longer, but because there is some reflection of player skill when we go into combat with each other, that lends something to this game, you know. It might not seem like it in a game where that's full of like proto stomps and officer stomps and all that shit, but there's still some room in this game for actual player skill level to matter, and that lowering that strafe speed by 20% may not seem like a huge tweak, but I can just see it. It's cutting down the importance of the dance. It's cutting down it's cutting down the value of your skill, basically. If people can't really strafe, then skill doesn't matter as much for beating your opponents, and if skill doesn't matter as much for beating your opponents, then it can just ricochet into other stuff. It's like, well, if the player's skill doesn't matter, then you know, that then there's how much does their name built up matter? You can take one name or another. I like the fact that your name, that people's names matter in this game. We're a very small community, so that gives us very, like, I don't know, name recognition matters in this game. And I'm not defending the dance because I necessarily think I'm the best at it. I know there are a lot of players in this game who are better at the dance than I am. I just know it's gonna cut something away when that aspect of dust no longer matters, when there's nothing about, when you're cut down the importance of individual player talent, you're cutting into something really important in this game, and you're cutting into this game's flair. You know, individual people and talent matter less than. Look, it's just I've mattered on enough. I've been talking about this long enough that if you don't get what I'm talking about at this point, chances are you probably never will. But I think that dance matters. I don't think Rattati should cut anything that takes a flair out of this game or makes individual player skill matter less. Okay, I've said my piece. Now, since I'm gotten myself into the business of imploring a dev to do something, which is not something I think I've ever done before in a video or otherwise, let me talk to you about my relationship with the devs, or lack thereof. Basically, I have no relationship with the devs. I've never tried to talk to a dev. They've never reached out to me in any way, shape, or form. And it's, I guess it's probably relatively obvious from the way I run this channel, but yeah, I have no relationship to devs. Never tried to have one before. I've never tried to reach out to them. They never reached to me. I'm repeating myself like I often do, but yeah, just this time I feel like I was sort of hoping they would come and, you know, reach out to me first. Don't know why I care about that, but this is the point where I have to break the silence. When I saw one thing that could really, you know, smack my game pretty hard, I figured it might as well try to break the silence, because well, I really don't want this to change. So yeah, I'm gonna try to reach out to Rattati. I'm gonna put Rattati's name in the title of this video. What else? Whatever I can do to get a hold of Rattati and try to convince him not to change that very essential element of the game. I've really never been involved in trying to shape the development of this game before, and I was just happy just reporting on whatever happened. But I don't like that. I'm just saying, I don't like that skill and flair from this game could be removed. I mean, we did sort of see that happen when they put a cap on jump height, which was weird. Yeah, I've never tried to get into the dev stuff, CPM stuff, whatever. But I think it's time I try my hand at it. Oh man, I hope you guys are not bored by what I've been talking about. Hopefully this shit matters to you. I don't know. But anyway, oh my god, I'm like 10 minutes into this video and I've discussed like one topic. That's fucking sad. But yeah, I'm going to, anyway, about Rattati, this is probably the wrong time to talk about it, but when it comes to Rattati's changes, you guys know, I think I've said it in the past that I was like a pretty big Rattati fanboy overall. I don't think I ever really hid that. I think when Echo came out and stuff, I just said that I was a pretty big fan of his, blah blah blah. And then later on, I think I said I didn't really like the matchmaking changes, which obviously you guys know he was responsible for. And when they changed like the jump height from modules, I don't really use the jump modules that much, but I thought it was silly that they cut the maximum from 4 to 3. That just seemed like a bad choice. I don't know. But yeah, it just seems like there's a whole lot of Rattati decisions that I really, really like for most of his early career, especially when he rebalanced weapons and made like pretty much every weapon viable. And then it just seems like lately there's something about Rattati's decisions lately that don't tickle me as much. I don't know if I'm being properly diplomatic for my intentions, but whatever. I have to put that out there. I think it's like Rattati Echo, whatever. I love everything Rattati did. Echo and pre-Echo. After matchmaking changes and everything after that, I was not as much of a fan. So I don't know what happened. It's actually just a surprisingly clear divide. It's weird. I like everything he did for Echo and before Echo, and very little afterwards. So I have to speak honestly, because that's the only way I know how to function as a human being, I guess. I don't know. I'm not good with whatever, trying to finesse these issues. But yeah, I've just stated how I feel. But Rattati, I don't know. I hope you watch this video so it gives you some idea of how I feel about the way you've been developing things, and you understand it's like a mix of positive and negative, and I really respect what you do, but honestly, here's how I feel about this, that, and the other thing, whatever. Anyway. Okay, that's everything. That is me hopefully done talking about dev shit. But yes, I'll beg you one last time, Rattati, please. Don't fuck with strafe speed. Please with sugar on top. Yay! Alright, fuck. God. Hope I'm done with talking about that. Anyway. I had a really good trip to Scotland, everybody. It was fucking beautiful over there. The people were incredibly nice, like, just ridiculous. I had some interesting culinary experiences. I got to try bacon that tastes like ham. I got to try pudding that tastes like meatloaf. And I got to try pop that tastes like bubblegum. It was probably what some of you were saying, but I don't know. It was interesting. There's actually a lot of really good food there. There was, yeah, I know I'm making Scottish food sound horrible, and already has a horrible reputation, but trust me, I had some really good food there. Especially when I was in Edinburgh. They just had like pasta, some really good pasta dishes mixed with like a kind of, I forget what you call it, like a platter that had like different meats and bread and stuff, and just trust me when I say I had a very mixed but some extremely good food experiences in Scotland. Anyway, let's talk about this match I'm in right now. It's against negative feedback. You can see from, and actually maybe I won't. Maybe I'll save that to the end. But what else do I need to talk about? Oh yeah, I guess the war's over. So yeah, I took a break for 10 days. It looks like the last hope has been wiped off the map. I haven't really had a chance to catch up with my corpies yet, but there didn't seem to be too many people online yesterday, so it looks like our PC activity might just have dropped really significantly. We owned about 15% of the map, which I checked yesterday, which is about 5% more than whoever was behind us. Probably, I'm pretty sure it was OH. But yeah, oh yeah, I also want to talk about why I chose this footage. Okay, so yesterday I only played 2 games, both on my heavy guild unlock. I played this one where you can see I got like, I did well. I performed really well, but like didn't have a crazy KD, which is like, expected. I'm pretty happy with this game though. And yeah, I had another video from yesterday where I went 25-1, and it was my original plan to actually talk over my other video, the one where I went 25-1, because I figured, well, it's ownage. I'm gonna talk about, make that crack about people want to see ownage more than they want to see my vacation photos. But I watched a YouTube video from Smith, Benjamin. You guys might know him as 8213, and he was talking about different stuff and giving players credit where it's due and what makes for an interesting video. And I realized, no, like, as owned, this is the video I should share. The video where, you know, there was a really good fight, basically, and not my ownage video where I went 25-1. I mean, I might still go back and share that video, but it occurred to me that this might be the interesting video to see. And yeah, both of them are pubs, but yeah, not a whole lot going here. I'm basically just watching my letter. But yeah, so if you're watching this, 8213 Smith, Benjamin, you're the reason I picked this video instead of my 25-1 video, for whatever that's worth. Blah blah blah. What else do I need to talk about? I guess I have a little time to kill. Yeah, so yeah, some of the ideas for videos I want to do. I want to do videos on certain types of equipment. I want to do a video on remote explosives. I want to do a video on uplinks. They'll kind of be new helper videos. So I think that'll be some great pieces of content when I've been meaning to do those for a long time, actually. I think those will be good, useful pieces of information now that I just don't really have anything in PC to cover. Yeah, I want to make videos about the community in general, though. Oh yeah, I want to get involved with podcasts really badly. Like, today's Saturday. I think the Biomass podcast is tomorrow. It's every Sunday. I would really like. I'm actually finally gonna get a Skype for Heracles Porsche. I guess I need to do that if I'm gonna get involved with boring dev shit. Anyway, but I'm gonna try and get my ass on the Biomass podcast tomorrow. I'm into that. I flirted with the idea a while ago, but if I'm gonna be this neurotic guy who cares about dev shit, then might as well be a good place to start. Since, let's be honest, they have a lot of those guys over there. Oh, see, there I go again, being not terribly diplomatic in the shit that I fucking say. But I do want to make videos just talking about the Dust community in general. And just like, yeah, I want to talk about the people who play this game. I gotta make a video about trading and scammers at some point too, it's obvious, but one of the fun ideas I had for this game was to make a video called Douchebag 514, or maybe D-Bag 514, your friendly guide to all the douchebags who play Dust 514, and it would just kind of be like, I just kind of want an opportunity to talk about like a lot of the uglier behavior that goes on in Dust, but like not try to not sound like a pussy about it, basically. You know, there's a lot of things people do in this game. I would say it bothers me, but it's like, I'd like to see a slightly less douchey game. Anyway, you can see here we won. I definitely cannot take credit for all the win. We had some decent, it's weird to say it, we had decent blueberries. What the fuck? And those negative feedbacks, there's no doubt that they're extremely fucking talented players. So I was really happy that we pulled off the win here. But yeah, I mean, you saw from the clone count, they were pretty much wrecking any player who came across their path. But somehow, with whatever we had, we just managed the letters just a teensy bit better. So I was pretty thrilled to come home with this win. And not even get my KD too badly tanked, which is what I thought would happen against these guys. But yeah, I was really happy with this game and how it turned out. Um, anyway, that's everything, guys. I hope you guys found this video optimal, like I always do, entertaining, informative, blah blah blah. Please give me tons of feedback because it always helps. I'm gonna try and save our strafing if it's even remotely possible for me, and then hopefully move on to some saner pastimes, like not video games. Who knows? All right, guys. Thanks for watching, Dusties. See you Starside.